Hello, and welcome to the Business Services Team web guide for time clock functions. In this tutorial, we will discuss how to perform standard clock functions, including clocking in and out for shifts, clocking in and out for breaks, correcting missed punches, and acknowledging messages during clock operations. In order to access the time clock, you must first input your 6-digit employee ID number. Press Continue and then input your PIN number at the prompt. Your PIN number is the last 4 digits of your Social Security number. Then press Continue. To clock in for a shift, press Clock In. A confirmation message appears to verify your clock in operation. Press Continue. The clock in function is not complete until you have verified the operation on this screen. When you see this message, you have completed your clock in. Non-exempt employees must clock out for their unpaid lunch breaks. To clock out for your lunch break, sign into the clock using your employee ID and PIN numbers. Press Leave on Break. A confirmation appears to verify that you are leaving for break. Press Continue. Your Leave on Break function is not complete until you have verified the operation on this screen. When you see this message, you have successfully clocked out for break. Upon returning from your lunch break, you must clock back in. To clock in from your lunch break, sign into the clock using your employee ID and PIN numbers. Press Return from Break. A confirmation appears to verify that you are returning from break and includes the length of the break you are returning from. Press Continue. Your Return from Break function is not complete until you have verified the operation on this screen. When you see this message, you have successfully clocked in from break. At the end of your shift, use the time clock to clock out. First, sign into the clock using your employee ID and PIN numbers. In order to clock out for a shift, press Clock Out. A confirmation message appears to verify your clock out operation. Press Continue. The clock out function is not complete until you have verified the operation on this screen. When you see this message, you have completed your clock out. There will be times when you receive a message on the time clock, such as when a time off request has been approved or denied. These messages will be displayed until they have been acknowledged as read. Messages will appear during any clock in or clock out operation, including breaks, after you have confirmed your punch. Once you have confirmed your punch, the message will appear on the clock. To acknowledge the message, press Mark Read. Messages will continue to appear with every clock operation until the Mark Read button is pressed. Once you have acknowledged a message is read, it will be removed and cannot be recovered. After pressing Mark Read, the button is replaced with the note Message Read. Press Continue to remove the message and conclude your clock operation. You will then see the Operation Successful screen acknowledging successful completion of your clock operation. Sometimes when clocking in or clocking out, including for breaks, the clock will inform you of a missed punch. This occurs when a prior punch in or out was not completed, including if you began the operation but did not go all the way through to the Operation Successful screen. This screen displays an example of what you might see if you were punching in for the day and had either missed or not completed the prior day's punch out. First, the clock shows that there was a missed punch. Press Continue to proceed. The time of the missed punch defaults to the last successful punch. For example, if you clocked in the prior day and never clocked out, the system shows the time you last clocked in. Press Continue and then Edit and adjust the time displayed to that of the missed punch. This example represents a missed clock out at the end of the day, so we must correct the time for the end of yesterday's shift. Once the time is correct, press OK. Then, press Continue to complete the clock operation. The Operation Successful message appears, indicating that you have completed the clock operation. This corrects the missed punch and completes the operation in one step. Do not repeat the clock-in operation. It was completed at the same time you corrected the missed punch. The previous example showed what happens if you missed a punch-out and corrected the missed punch during the next day's punch-in. This is an example of a missed punch-in, such as when you forget to use the clock when arriving for that morning's shift, that would appear during a clock out for break operation. As before, the system informs you of a missed punch, in this case, the start of shift punch in. Press continue. As before, the clock shows the last successful punch. Press continue and then edit, and adjust the time displayed to that of the missed punch. This example represents a missed start of shift punch in, so we must correct the time for the start of today's shift. Once the time is correct, press OK. Then, press continue to complete the clock operation. The operation successful message appears, indicating that you have completed the clock operation. Both the missed punch in and the clock out for break are completed in one step. Do not repeat the clock out for break operation. It was completed at the same time you corrected the missed punch. Thank you for taking the time to view this Time Clock Plus web guide. We hope it was helpful and informative and encourage you to reach out to your location's timekeeper for assistance if you encounter any issues with your time clock.